Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. Alhamdulillah, we praise Allah, we seek His aid, forgiveness. We seek refuge in Allah from the evils of ourselves and from the harm of our own wrongdoing. Whomsoever Allah guides, no one can lead astray. Whomsoever He leaves astray, no one can guide. And I bear witness that there is none worthy of worship except Allah, who is one without any partners. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is His servant, messenger. O believers, fear Allah as He should be feared. We do not die except as a Muslim, one who submits to the will of Allah Ta'ala. Alhamdulillah. And so today we're in the last 10 days of Ramadan, and you know, in the last 10 days of Ramadan, there comes a time, you know, or there's a special time. I mean, Ramadan is special by itself, but in Ramadan there's a special time, and it's the moment we've been, or the day, or the night, if you will, that we've been looking for. We've been just waiting to get to, in one sense, but sad in another sense, because it's a reminder that Ramadan is over, almost over, and that is the Laylatul Qadr, the night of power, which the Prophet ﷺ told us to seek in the last 10 days, of Ramadan, and more particularly on the odd nights, alhamdulillah. But of course, we should always strive, and our scholars and our teachers have always encouraged us to, alhamdulillah, be mindful every night. All right? Don't just wait for the odd night, itself, but the odd nights and the even nights. All of the nights are good. All of the nights are blessed. But there is one special. So if you again look at all of the nights, the same, if you will, then you'll get that blessed night for sure. You won't miss it. All right. And so it's important that we seek the Laylatul Qadr, because again, that's the Sunnah. That was the way of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that's what he instructed us to. Okay. So again, Allah wants us, verily, we sent it down in the night of Qadr. And what will make you realize or know what the night of Qadr is? The night of Qadr is better than 1,000 months. Therein the angels and the Ruh, by Allah's permission, bring down the decrees of Allah. So peace until the rise of the dawn. And it's a rough translation of the Surah Qadr. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in this short surah, he explains actually what Laylatul Qadr is. It is the night that Allah chose to send down the Quran. And some weeks ago I talked about the history of the Quran. You see, so when Allah revealed the Quran, the Quran came down in 2 stages. He sent it down from Lahul Mahfuz, the sacred tablet, to the lowest heaven, Baytul, Izzah, the house of honor. All right, came all at once. See? And then from there, from Baytul Izzah, it came to the Prophet ﷺ through Jibreel over a period of 23 years. You see, So all that happened in Laylatul Qadr. Okay? And every year, in the month of Ramadan, you know, as this sort of teaches us that the angels descend. Just as they descended when they brought down the Quran, okay? But every year in Laylatul Qadr, the angels and Jibreel, the angels, plural, and Jibreel, they come down. So imagine if you seek in Laylatul Qadr, you know, and you catch it, subhanAllah, the angels are coming down, Jibreel is coming down. Okay? All right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that. So Laylatul Qadr is a night, it's a special night, okay, that these angels come down. And they bring peace and they bring goodness. Just like when we gather in the masjid and we read the Quran, you know, the Prophet ﷺ said the angels descend. They bring mercy. They come, they surround us, you know, and they pray for, they go back to Allah. Your servants are there reading, you know, studying your book, alhamdulillah. So likewise, alhamdulillah, you know, during Laylatul Qadr, the angels come, all right? And they bring down the decrees. They bring down the decrees, you know, for the next year, okay? So again, we center down on the night of power, on the night of Qadr, and what will make you realize what the night of Qadr, it is a night better than 1,000 months. So it's so special. You know, it's worth, you know, 1,000 months, okay? Translated into days, you know, or years, 83 years and 4 months. So it's calculated to be. So the worship that you do, you know, basically, and we all understand it, but again, it's always good to hear that. You know, it's like it's refreshing every Ramadan. And you say, wow, that one night of worship is equivalent to 83 years of worship, man. Wow, it's powerful. A lifetime, all in one night. So all of the things, so keep in mind, all of the things that you do, all the things that we do, you know, and we certainly don't want to just be sleeping the whole night, okay? So the Prophet ﷺ, when the last 10 days of Ramadan came, you know, it said that he would tighten up his, you know, his belt string. In other words, he was getting ready for hard work. He would go real hard in the last 10 because it's on his way out, you see. And so he would inspire the believers and tell the believers to do the same. And he would command his family. He would go to his family and say, all right, you have to get up and worship Allah, you know. Because he was more conscious of the importance of this occasion than anybody. So, you know, you can imagine how the Messenger of Allah was. And, come on, wake up, Aisha, wake up, you know, Zainab, wake up, you know, y'all got to get up and do some praying here, okay? All right? Do some Qiyam al-Layl, read some Quran, remember Allah, make dua, subhanAllah, right? Try to get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, time is moving. It's going to be over soon. This opportunity will be gone. And the angel won't be coming out every night. You know what I'm saying? You know, with the decree, they won't be coming out every night, you know, bringing the blessing and praying for the believers, you see? Okay? So imagine that. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah. So this is what takes place, you know, in this surah, you know, very beautiful surah, alhamdulillah, you know, teaches us, you know, so the blessing of that night, you know, again, it's a lifetime of the worship. And that ayah explains it explains, you know, the importance of it. That ayah itself tells us. You don't have to figure out, well, wow, what's so, hey, man, 83 years of worship. It's a lifetime. We know most of us don't live no 83 years. We ain't going to live no 83 years. Most of them don't live 83 years. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you get. In other words, it's like worshiping Allah for 83 years. That's a long life. That's a long time. You know, you remind you the hadith with the Prophet ﷺ said, the best of you is he or she who lives a long life. And they have good character. The best of you is he or she who lives a long life and they have a lot of righteous deeds. Think about that one. You see? So 83 years of worship, getting good deeds all in one night. All right? And so alhamdulillah, Allah is most kind. Allah is most merciful, you know. Alhamdulillah. Again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, has blessed us, and so this is what Laylatul Qadr is all about. Okay? The Prophet ﷺ said, I just mentioned a few hadiths. He said, whoever stands up seeking the Laylatul Qadr, okay, with Iman, meaning sincere, true Iman, seeking their reward from Allah. So your intention got to be pure. You're only doing this for Allah. You want Allah. You know, you believe. You have real Iman. You believe You know, and you want, and that's important. You know, you're not just doing, you believe, you know, that some good, you know, you believe in the rewards of Allah. You believe in the sanctity and the greatness of this night. So you believe, you have Iman. You believe that your worship this night is worth 83 years and 4 months of worship. You believe that. That's what it means, Iman. You see? And you want that reward, and you want to be rewarded, you know, for it by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If a person goes in with that attitude in his worship, believing, subhanAllah, and wanting Allah to reward them for that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will no doubt do that. Allah will forgive them all their sins. Okay? Forgive you your sins. But the niyyah, the heart, got to be real focused, man. Got to be sincere. This is what you want. You believe that this is going to happen. Allah will forgive you your sins. You know? And that's what we want. Okay? And the Prophet ﷺ, he says, seek Laylatul Qadr, the night of decrees, in the last 10 days of Ramadan, particularly on the odd nights. This is in the Sahih Bukhari. Another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, this month has come to you, and in it is a night that is better than 1,000 months. Wow. And whoever is deprived of it is deprived of all good. Can you imagine? If you miss that, you know. No one is deprived of its good except one who is truly deprived. Ibn Majah. Ibn Majah. Can record that narration. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Final hadith. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, she asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what should I say, or what should I supplicate on that night? And I think every Muslim knows this dua, all right? And they should know this dua, you know, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Aisha to say, "O Allah, you are the forgiver. You love to forgive, so forgive me. O Allah, you are the forgiver. You love to forgive, so forgive me. O Allah, you are the forgiver. You love to forgive me. Allahumma innaka afuwan tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. Allahumma innaka afuwan tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. Allahumma innaka afuwan tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni." So this is the dua that we should say. See? And of course, alhamdulillah, you should say that much. Just keep repeating it. There's no limit. Just say it. You know, say it in your prayers, say it out of prayers, you know, say it laying down, let it put you to sleep, you know, it's not to take a nap, you know, okay? But say it, Allahumma innaka afuwan tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. Because that was the only instruction that the Prophet gave. I said, well, this is what to say. It's amazing, subhanAllah. We're thankful to Allah. We're thankful for, you know, for the Prophet ﷺ telling us that. There's no confusion on that issue. This is what you say. And when you, interesting, the Prophet ﷺ didn't give us a whole lot to memorize or to do. Simple. Make this do. There's nothing else. Everything else we do is what we do of our own. And of course, it's good, you know. All right. To read Quran, of course. No doubt. Standing in camel, lay reciting Quran. The more Quran you know, the more you recite. Or if you're using the Mus'haf, you're standing and you read. Yes, yeah, of course you read Quran. You know, of course, that's a given. You see. So you're going to read Quran in Qiyam, or you're going to sit down and read Quran. Don't matter. That's what you do at night. Yeah. Okay. All right. And studying the Quran, pondering the Quran, you know, reflecting on what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, you know, allowing your heart to reflect and be connected with the Quran. Absolutely. You know, so as to build your faith. Alhamdulillah, so you can get close to Allah. Alhamdulillah. That's, yes, alhamdulillah. You know, making zikr, la ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallahu, wahdahu, la sharika lah, lahul mulk, lahul hamd, yuhyi wa yumeet, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, you know. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim. Now, make those zikrs. Yes. Make those zikrs. Yes. That's what you be saying. You know. So remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know? That's the best thing we can do, absolutely, because this is what Allah loves. And it's amazing, alhamdulillah, again, the Prophet taught us all of these du'as. He taught us all of these remembrances. You see? And so the best remembrances that you can give or do is the ones that Allah and the Prophet gave you. Whatever you can make up will not compare. There's no way. You know, whatever someone can give you, whatever you can say from your own heart, Allah already knows what you're supposed to say. Like I said before the other day, you know, just to say, Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar. I love that dua, and I think all Muslims love that dua, and all Muslims know that dua. Oh Allah, give us the good of this world and the good of the hereafter, and save us from the hellfire. Wow. You really got it going because you ask all of the good that you can think of. Is in that one dua. You ain't got to ask nothing because Allah knows what you want. He knows what you need. So if you can think of everything you wanted that's good for you and your family and your loved one, man, just that one dua is so comprehensive, it covers it all. In this life and the good in the hereafter. You see? And the good in the hereafter you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for is what? It's paradise. You know what I'm saying? It's paradise. Not only paradise, but firdaus. See? SubhanAllah. So just in that one dua. That's important, man. The du'as of the Prophet are amazing. The du'as that Allah gives him, and there's so many. When you read them, you reflect upon it, you say, wow, man, I don't need to make anything up. If I just ask Allah for it, you see? So, alhamdulillah, so make the du'as you're doing tonight. You know, read Quran, you know, ponder the Quran, you see? Alhamdulillah, stand in Qiyam al-Layl, you know, make istighfar, you know, astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh. Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh. Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh. I seek the forgiveness of Allah and repent to Him. See? Make that, you know, that was another one of the most frequent du'as that the Prophet made. Make it, but you know, go to sleep on it. It's okay. Make the zikr, make the zikr. Make the zikr, you know. Qul Allahu ahad, qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq, qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. SubhanAllah, all of that is beautiful. All of that is good. And this is what we should be doing in that night. Busying ourselves. Getting close to Allah. Seeking Allah's forgiveness, man. Worshipping Allah. Fulfilling, again, that responsibility. Worshipping Allah. وَمَا قَلَقْتُ الْجَنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. That's what it is. So we Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, again, you know, help us to get Laylatul Qadr. Get the benefit and the reward of that special night. You know what I'm saying? Allahumma innaka afuwwun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. And that's what we want. We want to be forgiven more than anything else. We want to be forgiven of our sins and our shortcomings. And so remember, Allah loves, He's the forgiver, He loves to forgive, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive each one of us. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ala khairil mursaleen Muhammadin nabiyyin wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. You know, and alhamdulillah, as I said, you know, Ramadan is almost over. It's going so fast, you know. And sometimes you don't know whether it's a good thing or bad thing, you know. You know, but of course it's all good, because it's Allah's time. Allah controls the time, you know. Allah brings the money in and at the right time, and then He takes it away from us, all right? So of course, and those of us who are wise and smart, we take advantage of Ramadan. We get all of the good we can. We snatch it, grab everything, every opportunity, all of the forgiveness, the purification of the heart, and the cleansing of the sins, and all of the good. You know? And like we talked about last week about taqwa. That's the bottom line. The bottom line of Ramadan, taqwa. You know, Ramadan teaches you how you're supposed to act all the time. It's a training. It's a school. I heard a brother mention that yesterday in one of his lectures. I said, wow, he said the same thing I said. I said, wow, we're on the same page. You can't say anything different. Everybody's saying the same thing. SubhanAllah. You know? And Ramadan is a school for taqwa. You know, in other words, we in school to learn taqwa. You know, 30 days. Learn how to be God-fearing. You see? You see? And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants something from us, Muslims. You know, like the greatest dawah now, especially in the time we live in now. See, it ain't the crowds no more, you know, it ain't all that. You know, it's really your behavior. How you interact with people one-on-one. So again, so all of the good that you acquired in Ramadan, alhamdulillah, you got to let it, alhamdulillah, impact people that you interact with, man. That's the bottom line, you see? All right? And so we have to keep that in mind. That's the time we're living in now. It's a different era, inshallah. Maybe another time I'll talk about that, inshallah. All right, but all just reflect, brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah. This whole experience of fasting, which many of us have been doing for many years, over and over again. Alhamdulillah. Let's don't go back to business as usual. Ramadan is over. Let's try to keep it. Let's try to retain all the good things that so we can reflect the piety, we can reflect the taqwa in our behavior on an everyday basis, man. That's what it is, man. Don't let it be, it's over and and I go, but no, it's not good, man. I mean, we squandered it. We squandered it, man. We wasted it. You wasted 30 days doing an exercise of giving up food and drink and pretending that you were pious. Pretending to be God-fearing. Pretending. You don't follow up. It's hypocrisy. If we don't be better, we don't be better. And if we be better, the world will be better. Right now, the world is messed up. They ain't turning to Allah. You know that. We see that. This plague is still the plague. It ain't stopped. People still dying. It ain't let up. People ain't got no patience. They want to rush back into the dunya. They want to work back into business as usual. Do the same old thing. Ignoring Allah. Being heedless of Allah. Be unmindful of the sins and the abominations and the wrongdoing that they do. They don't care. So we, as the Muslim, we are those who believe. We understand this. We understand this punishment. We understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a bigger plan. He has a bigger plan for us. But we have to ride it out with the rest of the human family. So we have to be the ones that pray. But we have to, at the same time, we have to set the example of people that pray. We have to set the example that we are the people that worship. By always manifesting that example of goodness. So when people see you, they say, "Oh, look at that brother. Well, what them people about? What they is about?" By reminding people, turn to God, man. Turn to Allah. That's what we got to do. Turn to Allah. Tell your co-workers and your neighbors when you get in a conversation with them. Let them know that, the president and the governor and the mayor and all of these people, they can't solve this problem. When you study the history of pandemics, them things been around for years. They hang for years before they can find a cure. And even when they find a cure, they still don't get rid of it. They still be there. People still be dying that you don't even hear about. Look at AIDS, right? HIV. It's still around. They slowed it up some. It's still around. You don't hear the numbers of how many people are dying from it. It's real. But since 1981 to now, 25 million people died of it. 25 million. Those are the numbers. And in plays that happened in history, they hung around for many, many years. And resurgence, and they're talking about that now. It's going to be a resurgence of this corona. It's real. Of course, we have to live. Life has to go on. But people ain't getting it, though. If you'll be casual and okay. No, but we shouldn't be. We have to tie our camel. Just like we listen to the ulama, we listen to the doctors too, right? Yeah, let's not be hard-headed. We listen to the ulama and we listen to the medical people. We don't listen to politicians. They're confused. They're about politics. They're about money. They're about power. They don't care about your health and your well-being. They don't care about the elder dying. It's reality. You see? So we have to, alhamdulillah, we have to call people, remind people to turn to God, man. Turn to Allah one time. So in closing, alhamdulillah, may Allah again accept our fasting. May Allah accept and give us and grant us, Laylatul Qadr. May Allah raise us, on these nights, inshallah, make us strong and good Muslims, and when we finish, inshallah, so we can set a good example of dawah, and spreading Islam, just want to make a few quick announcements before I end the talk. Zakat al-Fitr, alhamdulillah, it's $10. If you want to pay more, you can. I've seen some charts say 15, 13, 7. 10 is cool, alhamdulillah. Within that range, 7 to 15. Some say 20, for those who are more, have more money, more wealthy, okay? All right? So that's $10 per head, per family member, okay? So take care, that should be done before, the morning of Eid, even though we won't be coming out making the Eid prayer, all right? But still in all, do it before the, like the day before, or some days before, that is the sunnah. Okay, keep in mind that the Prophet ﷺ, he said, the zakat al-fitr is to make up, Ibn Abbas said it, may Allah be pleased with him, said, Ibn Abbas said that the zakat al-fitr, two things, and that is to compensate for the mistakes that you made in your fast. Whatever mistakes you may have made, then the zakat al-fitr will make up for it, number one, okay? All right. And number two, it is to help the needy and the poor, okay? So let's make sure we do that. Purify our fast by giving the zakat al-fitr, $10 per head, okay? And alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept it, and the people who need can receive it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it easy for us because we can send out zakat al-fitr. We go online, Islamic Relief, Ignorant Relief, these big organizations are doing phenomenal work all over the world, all year round. They're sending zakat there and sending monies to help the people, from all over the world, man. Muslim and non-Muslim, man. The poor and the needy, they're helping, okay? So you can send your zakat that way. It's easy and whatnot. Okay, if you want to send it to the mosque, the masjid, you can send it to our masjid. Yeah, but we can use some zakat too. Absolutely. So don't say send everything overseas. We need to start. Charity starts at home, so we need to take care of us here. So pay your zakat here, and you can send it to the masjid or bring it to the masjid, or you can pay online, however you want to do it. I'm going to take care of it though, right, before the Eid. So zakat al-fitr, again, I repeat, is $10. $10. Alhamdulillah. Zakat al-mal, again, you have to go to some of the websites where they're doing seminars, and some of the scholars are talking about that, and they give you the calculation and whatnot. If one meets the nisab, the minimum amount, I think it's based on gold, I think about 45, maybe 48, 49, so it can go up and down, depending on the market of the gold, you know what I'm saying? All right, so if you got like $4,500 or $4,900 in the bank, if that's the nisab, that means you got to pay 2.5% on that. Zakat, get it out the way, okay? But you have to check and follow up, get the right calculations, whatnot. There's a lot of there's a lot of information online with the details of that. Or you can talk to me afterwards in those in our community here who wishes to pay the zakat and they need the calculations. I can help them with that. But this is not the time for all of that, inshallah, And subhanAllah, finally, just tomorrow, inshallah, we're going to have a virtual fundraiser here. Our guest speaker is going to be Imam Abdul-Wahab from Islamic Center of Melville. We do it at 6 o'clock, so we can finish in an hour. We want to raise some funds, so he'll be here talking, and people can chime in, if you will. They can connect and watch it, and they can make their donations, inshallah, through our website, inshallah, okay? And so, alhamdulillah, I wanted to finish with that. Finally, alhamdulillah, just be patient. Be patient. Be patient. That's what time we're living in. Gotta be patient. Allah loves those who are patient. Allah is with those who are patient. We gotta be patient. Kuffar, the non, they ain't patient. They ain't patient. We're patient. We're patient. We should be patient. And Allah talks about patience constantly. Now you can see the real beauty of having patience now. Be patient, subhanAllah. And being patient, and just be patient, worshiping Allah. Feel good and feel contented with it. Just flow. SubhanAllah, just flow. Worshiping Allah, getting close to Allah, refining, purifying yourself. SubhanAllah, just feel good about what you are about in the midst of all this confusion, in the midst of all the diseases that's going on. You can just, alhamdulillah, you're holding on to the book of Allah, holding on to the sunnah of the messenger of Allah. And if something hits you, it hits you. If it don't hit you, hey, it ain't supposed to hit you. Don't worry about it. And you do the best you can. And you take whatever precaution you can to offset all of the, the diseases and the things that's going on, the plague, as they say. You see? But you remain content. You remain patient. Alhamdulillah. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings, man. And continue to do what Allah expects of you to do. To worship Him. To seek His forgiveness. And to be grateful. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, alhamdulillah, I bless you all, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help our ummah, help us to get through. Inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the mercy and give us the benefit and the goodness of the remaining days of Ramadan, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our worship. Inna Allah wa malaikatu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.